do.
It is. It really is. The fact that Xiaoma also has amazing roots for the team. FPX's turn to say meow meow, but I feel like this is more of a big roar.
Talking to Lei right before the start of the series, I just cast him a good luck, and he was cheerful, completely joyous. You know, really matching the vibes of the Yuumi. But also, you would never suspect that Lei would be so fierce and so confident as well in the way that he engages. But you take a look back in their grand final series of the WRL against JDG, who against someone like Doki, who a lot of people were lauding, oh, this might be, now that J-Team had a fallout after the regular season into the playoffs, Doki might be the best support here. Lei has showed up, and now going from Gragas to Yuumi, he is taking off the hands in terms, he's taking off the brakes, like, all right, my team, I'm just empowering you guys. Carry on forward.
Basically, he's not on the driver's seat anymore. He's on the passenger seat, behind whoever's going to deliver the final chapter. And it's most likely 0711 on this Jax, if that is indeed to him. Moving over to the other side of the spectrum, though, RRQ this time around having the Thresh. Exocen, I remember back in the WCSPH, there were two amazing Thresh players, and one of them rocks, and now we have Exocen as well. It's been a while since we've seen his Thresh, so I'm so excited. This is basically their last stand, Rafa. If they have a lot of champions deep into their pockets, a lot of their strategies, this is the time to bring it out.
RRQ have almost exhausted their entire toolkit. We know from their time in the WCS there are still a few more tricks that they can pull up their sleeve, but the time has come down to a wind where RRQ, you got two choices left to round out both Helios and Marky's picks against FunPlus Phoenix. And it seems like FunPlus Phoenix just get to play to some of their comfort picks. Once again, it is Jax. First time for 0711 this series, but something that he is no stranger to. And when you got a Yuumi on your back, I mean, the Jax, if you get to the late game with FunPlus Phoenix, which they have been able to do so successfully in the past two games, that is the ultimate raid boss.
Yeah, absolutely. The Jax can get massive. Actually, a lot of the teams, when they draft Jax, either you farm away and then fight later at the third dragon, at the Elder. But this time, FPX, they've been so confident in early 5v5s that they can immediately utilize 0711, send them into battle. You're ready, because you're 0711. Meanwhile, for RRQ, a lot of these bans are very key, right? Because if you ban the Wukong, that means you have a lot of melee champions. RRQ, we're expecting a lot of melee champions from RRQ to just dash in. So now, backs against the wall, what are they gonna pick? Are we gonna be finally seeing Marky Morgana, Marky Lux, which is, again, very amazing at early game. You have that global presence with the final spar, and when you look at FPX's composition so far, it's perfect, right? A lot of squishies. Instead, they opt for a Morgana, which means Black Shield to Helios to Devil J to Chaz, and make sure that they do their thing.
I love the way you phrased that.
I know,
You know, there's so many ways you could have ended that, and it's just like, to do their thing.
They have to do their thing.
Yep.
Match point for FPX now.
Kha'Zix and Riven can get into the heart of the backline, try and take out either Yezi or Xiaoma on this Corki, which now will be joined by the cast of Ashe, giving global pressure with those the Enchanted Crystal arrows. The assassination potential, if you get the Black Shield on top of them, you prevent CC upon entry, which makes the assassinations easier to execute, or at least in theory. But FunPlus Phoenix now get to round out this last pick for Fado.
It's a Garen. Okay, it's a Garen. It's okay. It's a Garen.
Frontline.
Frontline. And because FPX is anticipating RRQ to go full melee composition, and I say full melee because, so this is RRQ's chance to deviate. Do they want Akshan? Do they want Lucian mid? I hate to say Lucian mid because, you know, his win rate has been pretty sad.
Oh!
So it is indeed full melee composition. This is exactly why FPX picked the Garen, because you get a lot of value. You get a lot of value.
Now,
plus
hold up.
Ashe. Ashe.
Oh, is it Ashe mid? And not only Ashe mid, we also have Riven mid for Helios.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they were suspecting that we're going to try to take the Riven into the Corki. Now, the theory behind the lane of Riven mid, you should be able to gap close onto any ranged champion.
No, but with Ashe though, it's very difficult. That's exactly what you know, FPX read the draft from a mile away after seeing the Wukong ban. We know that they know that RRQ is going to field full melee composition.
Sweep is in the name for RRQ, where FunPlus Phoenix, they are on the doorstep of victory and advancing to the semifinals.
And this is going to be tricky because RRQ's draft is basically saying, we're going to win this through purely mechanics. We're going to land all our shots here, Exocen with the death sentence. We're going to land all our bindings.
And look, already Fado doing something great here with Yezi, because the one level where Helios can really just dash in and try and ruin Yezi's day is level 1. You have 3 gap closers in the queue. Clear the instant wave. You get Xiaoma on the back foot. Marky and Exocen really turning up the heat, trying to get a summoner advantage. Maybe press and set up something. Oh, flashlight from Exocen. There we go. RRQ on the board in less than a minute.
Surprise! You mentioned it. Straight up.
Death Sentence lands. Dark Binding connects. There's a Torment on soil. Lay's got nowhere else to go. He's going to try to battle this one out. Tries to trade it in back, but now Marky has the auto attacks and he has the minions. RRQ 2-1 at 1 minute and 10 seconds into the game.
You gotta love how action-packed the 2v2 is. Primarily just 1 minute into the game. This is, again, RRQ backs against the walls, and we talked about it, right? Marky and Exocen, in the entirety of the RRQ cast right now with their composition is basically very mechanics-based. You have to land every single thing, you have to dodge every single thing, and it's going to be incredibly difficult. But this is the RRQ special,
yes,
right? They want these skirmishes, they want the mechanics, and this is a big statement right now.
It's going to be a 3v2 against 0711 and Yezi. Forced immediately away. They're just looking to push the wave ASAP. Exocen looking for a death sentence, doesn't connect. Scuttle Crab, it's going to be a trade and a handshake over.
We're going to be fine. Marky's going to be fine with just Xiaoma and Lei without the final chapter just yet. And that is what we continue, that we want to see from RRQ, where Exocen will constantly keep assisting Chaz and Helios to make sure that they, again, 5-minute mark. 5-minute mark is going to be so important because if Rift Herald spawns, 5v5 comes, and RRQ is going to have a hard time if they don't have that lead just yet.
Right, and it's up to RRQ to just brute force their way. You can no longer be concerned about the execution and how clean the fights are going to be. You just have to force it.
Yeah, you gotta force it, be scrappy, be messy.
Yeah, even if it's a low percentage play, you have to take it if you are RRQ in this position. You have no more room for, okay, we can play it safe. But you know what? Oh, this doesn't look good. We'll try it next time. There is no next time. This is the last game.
And it's FPX for 2 straight games. They were very confident, unfazed, unshattered, not even close to making them sweat. They were chill. And that proves that those 2 games against RRQ, that RRQ still hasn't cracked the code of FPX. Hasn't matched them in 5v5s, hasn't gotten the lead so far. It has always been 0711 and Fado finding these kills.
And that's why RRQ, even if there's kills being traded, if you are an RRQ fan watching from home hoping for the lone Filipino representative in this tournament, you just have to hope that RRQ are just going to do everything. If they see an opportunity, no hesitation, you got to jump on it.
Yeah, and that's so exciting to see because Devil J on Akali, Chaz on his best champion, by the way. Yeah, this nickname it's just Chazix.
Chazix.
Chazix,
that's right,
baby. And Helios as well, who has been playing a lot of things.
Oh, good read from Exocen. Once again, he's roaming, he is proactive, and linking up with Chaz, finding a kill in rotation where Fado is caught slipping.
You gotta love this, right? Arrow from down mid. Doop, boop.
Does it land the mark onto Marky? He weaves right around it, and he's looking to lock him up. Soul Shackles under the tower. Dark Binding connects. Marky's able to trade some damage. Helios is here for the rotation, ensuring that he can protect Marky in case the dive continues from FunPlus Phoenix. And they're burning down this tower. RRQ will take first brick in Game 3.
They're doing it. This is basically the constant pressure that we see when some of these teams do, especially at the WRL, right? They play top and jungle. Either kill your top, get turret plates, kill the tower, transition to Rift Herald. And now RRQ is doing that as well, infusing more gold onto their carries.
And as you called before at the top of the game, when FunPlus Phoenix locked in Yuumi, Lei said, listen, I saw you play the Yuumi, and I showed you that when you take Yuumi, I get to have free control of the map. Yuumi wants to scale. Yuumi has a nice laning phase, but I get to make plays. Exocen says,
Okay.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So I'm going to make plays as well, and it has to be what RRQ looks for. As Exosen is here on the Dragon Pit, finds an unsuspecting 0711. Enchanted Arrow lands the target onto Exosen, forces the flash. Helios stunning up Xiaoma. They're forced away. Dark Binding connects Helios on with the play, forcing the flash to 0711. Devil J's in there. Perfect execution finds its mark on Xiaoma. Gonna get out though, but the kiting from Yezi locks down Devil J, gets a trade back. RRQ are the ones that walk away with the dragon.
And remember, for this entirety of the series, RRQ hasn't won a single 5v5 against FPX. That was definitely one of the best fights for RRQ, and now FPX cut their losses. You saw 0711 decided, okay, we lost one, let's not fight this. I'm gonna get Rift Herald instead and make it into a trade.
And throughout all of that, RRQ find themselves with the first gold lead in this series, and they continue accelerating it, catching 0711 out without a flash. RRQ continuing the pressure.
This is looking really good for RRQ at this beginning. And again, they talked about...
Did you see Marky?
Yeah.
Dude, he stood up. He's like, all right, I'm feeling the mojo again. And if you are RRQ, you need that morale back. One of the things that we talked about for RRQ, why they were so exciting to watch as a team, is because of the swagger that they had on stage, the good vibes. If you don't have the good vibes, RRQ are not at their best, but they regain it off of this fight.
Exactly. Let's take a look at that again. It was the amazing positioning from Devil J and the Helios thing, and he went dashed in. Look at that. The Shuriken, Devil J flips, and because you're way hidden in the Twilight Shroud, final chapter couldn't find its primary target. And RRQ used that distraction. Look at
Queon City exploding.
With all the light stakes.
The hopium is pouring through the screen right now. They are believing in their team. And RRQ finding themselves 3,000 gold ahead of FPX, the largest gold lead they have had all their series. Can RRQ continue building upon this?
That's a possibility. Remember, RRQ, when they get the lead, when they get the momentum, when they feel it, then they keep hammering down that lead. So we'll see if they can take advantage of these windows.
Just Enchanted Arrow does not find its mark once again. Helios dodges around it, looking for the engage, forcing the flash out of Faldo. That turret will fall. FPX are trading back on the other side of the map. Devil J already using the first cast of perfect execution. Can he find it on Xiaoma? Looking for the last bit of damage. Xiaoma flashes over the wall.
Nicely done. Trade by FPX and RRQ there. Looks like Yezi wants mid lane. Collapse. Whoa, Exosen flash.
Dark Binding doesn't connect. Yezi still has flash and barrier. Final chapter used, but Yezi is caught out. Nowhere else to go. Lei falls as well. 2 members gone. What can RRQ take?
This is a little bit difficult, right? Like, you're an Ashe, yes. You wanted to get more turret plates, yes. But the collapse from RRQ, they were investing a lot of things, like they were using flashes just to make sure that they can punish Yezi for getting turret plates in the mid lane.
The package from Xiaoma pushes RRQ back. They throw down the Rift Herald. This turret is going to fall unless RRQ can manage a miracle. Tristan Enchanted Arrow forces the fight. 0711 immediately jumping on it. The package falls up as well. Exosen is eliminated. And RRQ have been silenced as they go for it. Oh! The Demacian Justice almost finding its mark, but he is killed mid-air.
Unable to finish the target, unable to land the Justice. Here we go, another fight.
Another fight in the jungle, another scrap. RRQ, they know the name of this game, FPX. I don't even know if they got the blue buff off of that. I think
so. Chess has a blue circly thing. So I would like
I'm going to trust you on that one,
Yes,
Vesty.
he got it. Yes, believe in me.
Good job, Vesty.
Yes, thank you, Vesty.
RRQ still 3,000 gold lead. They have not been able to build upon this in the past couple of minutes. FunPlus Phoenix trying to maintain and ensure that the deficit does not grow large here. If they can hold on and allow time for 0711 to scale. He's not at 2 items yet, and you can see that with the chain vest, I imagine, this is probably either going to be a Death Stance or a GA. And you can see that he is pressed to be a frontline member instead of a carry this game.
Because again, FPX wants to do 5v5, especially earlier onto the game. That is their game plan. That is what they do. And for RRQ, since they're in the lead right now, FPX has a ton of respect, considering the fact that they're so squishy.
0711 jumps immediately onto Chaz, forces him to leap away. The final chapter connects on to Exosen. Demacian Justice connects this time around. Another engage onto Chaz, forced to stealth out. Fado already spinning, doing a lot of damage, but Yezi and Xiaomong cannot continue the artillery over the wall.
You cannot commit to this big 5v5. At the end of the day, FPX has won that as they have eliminated EXO. Now we get to see part 2 of that fight that we didn't get to see fully complete because Rift Herald has spawned. I feel like, you know, FPX definitely needs more of that Rift Herald because you get tower plates to infuse more gold onto 0711. Never mind. They're going for the dragon.
FunPlus Phoenix. They say, big dragon.
Uh-huh.
Very nice.
Very nice.
I must have.
Must have dragon.
Must have
sure.
dragon. Well, RRQ say, you can't have the dragon.
We'll
They push
see.
him off.
They have no vision. They only have the scuttler.
It's right on
Their
cue.
entry. There it
0711, can he get in here? He's
did
known
it!
for stealing objectives in the
Woo!
WRL, and he brings it to the forefront on the big stage as well, right under the noses of RRQ.
He spun his lamp around. I mean, entered the pit, spun his lamp around. Hello, bye-bye. That is the most casual steal I've ever seen.
Imagine if he had a real weapon.
That is true. Imagine.
Imagine. And now RRQ, they're pressed to see if they can take out this Rift Herald. Chaz secures it, and they make the exit out. No fight, no contest from FunPlus Phoenix.
And right now, FPX is still right on track. They've managed to close the gap, the goal deficit, into just 2K. Earlier, it was 4K. And RRQ, with the map slowly growing smaller, which doesn't make sense, growing smaller. It is FPX preventing RRQ.
It feels like it, though.
It feels like it, right?
It physically isn't getting smaller,
But it's growing smaller.
but mentally.
Mentally, it's growing smaller. And that is a problem because RRQ wants to force these fights. They cannot afford to wait for objectives to fight. They have to force the issue, just as the AD has mentioned. Gotta find these opportunities. And with now FPX full control and the map at the moment, might be a little bit difficult.
We gave applause to Exosin taking advantage of the Thresh Yumi matchup. We knew that it was on him, one of the long-time veterans, not just in Wild Rift, but in esports, coming from League of Legends back as early as Season 3.
Oh yeah.
Exosin making the changes necessary, the adaptations to bring RRQ an early game lead. But we are now almost into 13 minutes of the game. That early game lead, that 3,000 gold lead that we saw in the mid-game, it is not ballooned any further. FunPlus Phoenix have done such an amazing job of stifling the blows here. But just as I say that, 0711 might get caught out here, but he's got Lei in his back pocket to keep him topped off with the healing. Dark Binding connects here. Helios capitalizing and finds the mark on the Yezi, silencing him. And this Rift Herald will crash. They could get this turn, maybe more.
Marquis bindings have been stellar in this series. I mean, in this game.
Whoa, Double J flying in. Perfect execution. Final chapter, keeping RRQ at bay. But can they keep 3 assassins at bay? And it looks like they're pushing further into the turret.
Double
Perfect
J!
execution almost finds it, but it's a beautiful stasis from 0711 that cancels out the damage. Devil J is gone, and the rest of RRQ can't push any further.
FPX again. Their team fighting is so good. Another fight?
The slow from the Void Spikes.
Ooh.
Dark Binding connects, another.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, RRQ.
Rafa! You saw, wait, part 2? No, they're not gonna commit. I wanna say that Fado tried his best to zigzag his way out of there, out of the skill shots that Marquis was throwing, and Marquis is able to predict.
RRQ, you can feel that they are giving everything that they have in the tank to push this lead, to further accelerate it. They are now 5,000 gold ahead of FunPlus Phoenix. There's still another dragon before the Elder comes up. That is when you have to be worried if you are RRQ.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You have to face the big, 0711 here on this Jax. He has Wit's End, he has Death Stand. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to kill him now. And the best thing for RRQ though is they have Chazix on a 403 score, ready to pounce, ready to slice ya, ready to deal burst damage, because FPX, look at their composition. Everyone is squishy except for Fado. If you're able to funnel all your damage onto 0711, you are good. You are set.
And this time around, Helios, both him and Devil J are very well fed. They have plenty of resources.
Whoa,
they have assassination potential. Devil J is in this 1v2, but he's baiting for RRQ to be able to collapse. Crystal Enchanted Arrow negated by the black shield from Marky. So now they get to collapse with full strength, but it doesn't seem like they're doing any damage. Devil J has to retreat. He's tagging out, and the rest of RRQ are going to follow suit because they cannot take down 0711.
Shocked. I am shocked. Imagine RRQ. Remember, Rafa, the deadline. 0711 and Lei were basically just two at top. The rest of RRQ were basically there. They couldn't finish him off in time, and guess what? The rest of FPX were there. It was a time mission. That deadline hurt RRQ. They aren't able to finish off the kill.
Because we talked about the timer that 0711 has coming online as this Jax.
Yeah.
We completely avoided that Lei is also on a similar timer as well because he's stacking a ton of ability power with the 2 items already completed, a third one being worked on as well. It's not only a ton of damage coming out from Final Chapter, but it's also the healing as well from the zoomies that keeps 0711 alive in these fights.
And it's so perfect too, because if you have a lot of AP damage, look at RRQ's composition. They're so squishy. You're gonna have to pick between armor and magic resist.
You know, the redemption, the damage reduction from Fado as well, a pick like that earlier on in the game would have been instantly a kill, but the Crystal Enchanted Arrow this time, it finds the mark on Exosin. A numbers advantage has been gained by FunPlus Phoenix. Helios popping Blade of the Exile, looking for the damage. 0711 goes golden, buys some time. Counter-Strike is there. They have to retreat. They're giving respect over to RRQ despite having numbers advantage, but they return to the Dragon.
Look at RRQ though, they're going towards Baron. But this Hawkshot's gonna spot them out. Nope, joke. They're not doing Baron. They are.
They are.
Wait.
Okay.
No, it's a bait. They're trying to bait.
They know the Hawkshot came out. RRQ, you can see they're trying to find a play out. Oh, Faldo will be the one that face checks it. Doesn't have the damage reduction. Crystal Enchanted Arrow got the stun once again. 0711 leading the charge. Flashing forward. Takes out Marky.
He's alive.
And now 0711 finds stragglers from RRQ all scattered about. It's easy pickings.
One word, Rafa. Spirit Visage. Well, 2 words, actually.
I was about to say, I didn't want to correct you, bestie, but you got there.
Yes, I got there, bestie. But Fado, I cannot believe he survived that.
He's so tanky.
Yeah, he survived 1 HP, walked around, and recovered and got HP back again. And RRQ tried their best to bait that out. But if you're against an Ashe comp, none of them, you can't keep that a secret. You can't bait it out at all.
The cooldown reduction is so crucial from Yezi. Exosin.
Teleport being bought though by Devil J. They want to go in.
Oh, Chaz gets found out here, and the rest of FunPlus Phoenix stop the Baron, try to jump onto the bug, looking to squash him. Exosin buying space for his jungler to get out alive. If the jungler goes down, there's no spine, and the Baron is surely gained over. But Helios is pushing in the mid lane, I believe. He was looking for an inhibitor trade. And if they can stop the ports from FunPlus Phoenix, maybe he can get more. It is only Yezi that has returned, so it stops Helios in his tracks. He can't get the inhibitor. FunPlus Phoenix returns to the Baron.
And they decided to call that mission quits.
Marky has been found out, forced to flash away. 0711 still on the hunt. Crystal Enchanted Arrow is going to find its mark. Not JK. RRQ losing out on their Dragon Laner. And once again, we're back to the Baron dance.
Yeah, FPX. This is the timer, right? 18 minutes on the clock. Look at Helios. Look at the 3 members of RRQ. They're going to try to dive in. A miracle.
It is the triple assassins all up to RRQ. Chaz forced to flash away. Rest of FunPlus Phoenix. They're constantly pulling in RRQ, getting members low, restarting the Baron. They have the healing. They have the health to do this. They can continue repeating this dance until RRQ can no longer endure this cycle. Devil J sees its 2,000 HP, but the Baron is secured. Helios is in back into the mid lane, and he gets the inhibitor trade.
But it's fast ports now coming from FPX, so Helios cannot push any further. FPX has sealed the deal, right? Look at 0711. He is unkillable. He has Guardian Angel, Wit's End, on top of Lei being that big heal tank for FPX. This is going to be extra difficult for RRQ to penetrate through the defenses, through the healing that FPX has. The biggest test right now is to defend from this Baron buff from FPX, and the next would be Elder Drake if they do manage to survive this one.
And the back of this coming up in the next minute. RRQ have no time to waste. They have to decide whether to engage on the FunPlus Phoenix before the Elder Dragon if they want to look for a secure on that objective, or they have to let FunPlus Phoenix take away structures with this Baron push.
And here we go. FPX can feel it. FPX can feel a 3-0. They're so close. RRQ right now losing a lot of resources, losing a lot of things on their base. Arrow doesn't hit, but the Baron buff still lives.
RRQ backs against the wall here. Inhibitors left in the mid and the bottom lane.
In.
2,000 HP. FunPlus Phoenix, the first inhibitor towards semifinals, has been knocked down. The second inhibitor to semifinals has been knocked down. FunPlus Phoenix, they are literally on the doorsteps of clinching this series and advancing.
They're so close, Rafa. I mean, look at the gold. It is still quite close versus RRQ, but looking at the map state, looking at the composition where they've scaled 0-7-11 is going to be unstoppable. You can see how he can go alone. He can spin his lamp and go alone. Counter-strike, no fear against RRQ's composition. And as long as he's with Lei, he's gonna live. And on top of Sterax, he is not gonna die, Rafa! I swear he's not gonna die. Never. 21 minutes starting from now, never.
The healing combined with the defenses from 0-7-11. This Jax, we talked about it during the draft stage. We said that RRQ, if you cannot close this game out, it is 0-7-11 who will become a raid boss past the 20-minute mark.
He is right now.
And it has come to pass.
Yes.
We have arrived at that point. So RRQ, the biggest challenge of the series so far, it is now here. Can they overcome the toughest opponent they have faced in Icon so far? FunPlus Phoenix at their peak, at their core, and they have started the Elder.
Yeah, this is the last stand for RRQ. FPX, they can taste it. They're starting this Elder right now. Look at Helios, he's quite far away though.
He's gonna make the long trek. Already 6,000 HP, 0-7-11 forcing out Chaz. They turn off the Dragon, but they're keeping it aggroed. Already, Exosin in the backline, forced away. Helios comes in for the second win of the reinforcements, but Devil J, the first assassin, bites the dust here. RRQ pushing forward, but 0-7-11 does not go down. FunPlus Phoenix continues to soar. It is Helios that finds the backline. Shaman, Yezi are gone. Can RRQ withstand the remaining members of FunPlus Phoenix? They have the push and pull. Chaz expending his GA, but he gets taken out by 0-7-11. Helios had to retreat. The waves are pushing in through the mid lane and the bottom lane. There's no jungle, there's no smite. It's our Coca-Cola pop-off.
Let's take a look at that again. It was a big 4v5. It was FPX pulling the trigger with the final chapter, and everyone from RRQ pretty much backed into this corner in this blue buff area, and they couldn't finish a lot of these targets because guess what? A lot of healing, a lot of defenses, and Chaz was trying his hardest to find key targets who were low to finish the job. But the biggest issue is 0-7-11 not even cracking out that Guardian Angel. He still has it, and he's still not gonna die.
And FunPlus Phoenix, with the Elder on their side, with 2 inhibitors already knocked down, it is only a matter of time. RRQ maybe have one more fight left. If there is a miracle for the Miracle Machine, it has to be now. The final chapter has found its mark. Crystal Enchanted Arrow negated by Marky, but Exosin can't retreat fast enough. It is FunPlus Phoenix soaring overhead and taking out one member. The Baron is the next one on the nest.
You gotta love the discipline that FPX has. They get one kill, let's go Elder. They got another kill, let's go Baron. They're not pushing through. Chaz?
Oh, the package from Shama. Chaz is burned to a crisp. Baron is secured for FunPlus Phoenix. And now Helios, is he making an attempt to backdoor the base? He's got, does he have any minion waves? No.
None. Yeti cut off the wave himself.
He's trying to play hide and go seek. You have to pull out any creative plays at this point, but the Demacian Justice silences Devil J in his tracks. Helios is trying to buy time, expending his GA. FunPlus Phoenix doing everything right. FunPlus Phoenix, they're on the doorsteps. It is now Marky and Exosin, the last members of RRQ, the last line of defense for the Filipinos. But it is FunPlus Phoenix, the #1 team from China, that
very convincing, very strong. FPX, I swear.
Even when RRQ gave their best in the early game of this final match, FunPlus Phoenix found the composure to reorganize, reassess their situation, and get through the bleeding of the early mid game that RRQ were looking to accelerate, using to use as a foundation to get themselves into another game. Looking for that reverse sweep dream.
1-1 on this Jax with the Yuumi as well just becomes an unkillable combo when it gets to the mid and late game.
Yeah, but we have to, you know, we really have to give it up for RRQ. They were
sure.
definitely a memorable team here at Icons 2022. Yeah, look at that. They had so much, they had that lead from FPX. That is no small feat. Remember that FPX has been an undefeated team so far. I believe even in the WRL, they have had some kind of streak going. So the fact that RRQ was able to maintain that lead for quite a while here on this stage is incredible for a WCS team.
It shows that RRQ, you know, they have potential. I think, you know, like you said, hearing them behind as well, they're still in good spirits. They're still really happy. I think, you know, they mentioned it a couple of weeks ago as well. They were like, we're going to come into this tournament, we're going to have the best time possible because you don't know if you're